Hi there. In this section, you are going to learn about the product of two vectors such as scalar and vector product. You will also learn the properties related to the product of two vectors. So let's begin. Scalar product. Let us consider two vectors A and B having an angle theta between them. In order to explain that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw vector A and B with an angle theta between them. So this is my vector A, this is my vector B, and the angle between these two vectors is this angle, which is theta. Then the scalar product is given as vector A dot vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B times cosine theta. Scalar products are also known as the dot product, and when you multiply two vectors using the scalar product or the dot product, you use this kind of dot to represent the multiplication. In other words, we can say that if I want to multiply two vectors using the scalar product or the dot product, I will write the vector as A dot B is equal to magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B times cosine theta, where theta is the angle between vector A and vector B. We have three cases for the scalar product of two vectors based on the angle between the two vectors. So the case 1, when theta is equal to 0, simply means that vector A is parallel to vector B. So these two vectors are parallel, then this theta is 0. Then vector A dot vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B times cosine theta, because theta is 0. So cosine theta is 1. So when you multiply vector A times vector B times 1, so we will write magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B, because anything times 1 is the same thing. So A dot vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B when theta is 0. Case 2, when theta is equal to 90 degree. It simply means that vector A and vector V, these two vectors are perpendicular. Then vector A dot vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B times cosine 90 degree. And we know that cosine 90 is 0. So anything times 0 is 0. So when the vectors are perpendicular or when the angle is 90 degree, the scalar product of two vectors is equal to 0. Case 3, when theta is equal to 180 degree. It technically means that when vector A is in this direction and vector B is opposite to this vector. So technically vector A will be in this direction and vector B will go in this direction. That's how you will make a 180 degree. Or in other words, when the two vectors make a straight line, then theta will be 180 degree. Then vector A dot vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B times cosine 180 degree, and cosine 180 is -1. So we will write magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B times -1. And when we will multiply by a negative number, we will get negative times magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B. So the dot product of vector A times vector B is equal to negative times magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B when vectors are opposite to each other.